All right, friends, welcome back again to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment. This YouTube channel is dedicated to Bannerlord and all things Bannerlord related, including field command and advanced battlefield tactics. I was told by a couple subscribers last week that I speak too fast, and of course, if I'm speaking too fast, you can't understand what I'm saying, and then you're not going to learn anything. Right, so we're going to try to speak a little slower, and we're going to continue our companion-only challenge here. This series has been a very fun little side series from my main campaign for me, and while there's a little bit of stress in it trying to conquer these challenges with these badasses, it has been fun just to reload games, and if I lose, try it again and try a different challenge and try some different tactics and beat people to a pulp with these heroes here. So I'm giving a little closer in-depth view of these guys. You can see these guys, a lot of them have 200 plus hit points. Of course, a lot of them have 300 plus weapon skills too. So this is a badass army of 41 guys. We had a companion that was released from prison somewhere, so we added them to the army. That's why it's not 40. And look at this, right? Running from our party. 117, and they want nothing to do with us, right? Okay, I thought I had a horse that was injured. So we continue to roam the map here, terrorizing Calradia and looking for just this kind of an army that might be a bit big, a bit on the large size, you know, outnumbered 20 to 1, and yeah, and that's a strong army too. With, you know, that's probably 80 to maybe 120 tier 5 units in there too. They got Drunzeniks, Manavliatons, elite Manavliatons, Sergeant Crossbowmans. Hell, they even have some cons guards, but no guts, no glory, and of course we can always reload this challenge if it doesn't go well. This marvelous helmet dropped from one of the last battles, actually, in this companion-only challenge. So we collect some better loot, and we take on this Ragna. She says, stop there. So pretty damn tough army and 800 troops here. This is going to be extremely difficult. Of course, normal player damage for this whole series, but we are at the bridge, so there's a pretty good chance that we're going to have some ability to use the bridge tactically, to use this series of islands here. I think, yeah, okay. It's a strange location, and the enemy's a long ways away, but this is still going to work. This bridge to our left back here is going to serve as a nice point to retreat to. And I've been debating these two companions of whether or not to lead with a decreased taken melee attack damage. And I think for this battle, we're going to do that. We're probably facing hordes of tier 4 and tier 5 melee. And it's nice to have all those bonuses and his strength in the army. All right, now I'm sensing the opportunity here for an initial trap. What we can do here with the enemy is we can get them, hopefully, to bait their cavalry to charge, and then unload upon them with tons of javelins, get them kind of slowed down here at the bridgehead. I can form the second into a square, and we should be able to do some major damage to the enemy vanguard. Of course, you know, 120 heavy cav alone would be a tough challenge for an army of 40 like this, so we've got to try to reduce their heavy cav some. So I'm going to put the 1st Infantry, 6 Skirmishers, and the 4th Archers here on the bridge itself, ready to retreat, and we're going to block the entrance to the bridge somewhat with this 2nd Cav in a square. And now what I'd like to do is bait the enemy. Here's my idea. Bait the enemy in that 8th Corps. A lot of those guys have javelins and high archery skills. Those guys will be the ones that hopefully shoots the fuck out of the enemy as they get jammed up on our square. That's the idea. It almost never goes exactly as planned, but that's what we're going to give it a shot here. Actually, that's not true. Sometimes it goes exactly as planned, but we shall see. We're circling around here. I'm trying to get behind a lot of their horse archers, horse jav cav, and do some damage here just on the periphery, but I'm also doing this to bait them. I want these guys chasing me right into the jaws of our trap. Where the fuck you guys going? Follow me. Yeah, all their cav is flanking hard to our left. That's no good. Alright, we're going to whittle down some of this infantry as well. These guys that are so eager to get into combat, let's give them a fucking 330 pole arm in the back. See if it changes their mind. Alright, now the cav is coming. Good, good, good. This is excellent. Come on, boys. Come eat. And the infantry's pulling back. Even better. All right. Up we go. Everybody gets jammed up into a big fucking traffic jam. And then we release fire. Open fire on these motherfuckers. And watch the javelins start to fly. I don't even have to look. I can just tell. I can hear from behind me. I can hear shields exploding and guys being killed left and right. I can't even swing my pole arm at them. They're getting mowed down so bad. All right, let's bring the archers and skirmishers back. I'll do my best I can to enunciate while I'm narrating these. Not easy to play and narrate. Doing my best. All right. Now we're going to jam up this bridge. I got the 2nd and 8th Corps to work with. The 2nd Corps is basically shield cav, right? Those are going to be our tank cav. And the 8th is more of our run them over, hit them with pole arm kind of cav. Let's wipe out their horses. These fucks holding their shields up, right? Anytime they do that, just wipe their horses out. And again, just like before, we want the enemy to attack, right? This is like the 2nd phase of that first trap. We've got Jav guys just waiting here. I'm going to have them hold fire until the enemy's close. Bring the enemy in here, and then we're going to unleash hell. So far, so good, right? The plan is working just right. Okay, the enemy cav just poured in. And now here comes the javelins. Here comes the arrows. This is going to be a mess. They're going to get massacred. Fuck, I'm hitting my own guys. Out of my way. Fuck, I just killed my own horse. Alright, see what I said about a plan not going to exactly how you expected it to? My horse is already dead. Fuck. But look at how badly the enemy's bottled up here, and they are getting obliterated. It's just a massive screen of death. Trying not to hit my companions here. I just drilled her in the back of the head for 170. She's lucky not to die. We got more javelins here on the ground. We're going to reload as often as we can in this battle. In fact, I'm going to try to bait the enemy to throw 1,000 javelins here so I can collect them. Yeah, you want to charge, this guy says. I don't think you want to charge, man. So our cav here is still in a shield wall. We got the 8th Corps and the skirmishers back, obliterating everything that moves. Or everything that doesn't move in this case. They can't move. They're getting shot off their horses. I mean, we just killed like 100 of their cavalry. There's just nothing but dead horses here. All right, don't actually want our guys pushing across there. Let's stay back on our side of the bridge. There's a huge amount of infantry over there. Fuck. I gotta do some javelin work here. This guy trying to get away. Shit, I killed her horse too. I'm having a horse killing episode here. All right, let's fling some javelins into the enemy's midst. Let's get our guys way out of range here. You see them just pounding us with throwing weapons. The only units I want up here is the 2nd cav with their shields up, right? They're going to be bait, basically, so I can collect some of these hundreds of javelins on the ground. What's this guy doing? Oh, he's picking up javelins just like me. I can't blame him. I mean, he's disobeying orders, but I would do the same thing. You need some javelins sometimes. Look at this. It's just an absolute factory of javelins here. And for the moment, the enemy either doesn't have line of sight or they're not... No, you guys ain't coming up. I don't think you guys are pushing up. If they push up, we'll charge the 2nd, 8th, and get the skirmishers into position. It'll be a massacre just like that first endeavor. Of course, if they push up full steam, we may have to fall back. Hey, you guys keep on pushing up right into the teeth of these fucking javelins. It makes it easier for me to throw them right into your face. Here come the fucking javelins. Look how many throwing axes. You never realize how many weapons are being thrown until you fight 600 infantry against your 20. Look at this dipshit. You lost your horse, dude. Addis of the Beni Zalal got a fucking javelin right in the chest. All right, let's back these guys up. I think they've baited enough javelins. All I see is javelins flying everywhere. I've expended my javelin, so it's time to go back to the store here, reload, and get these guys out of range here. I got myself a nice pretty pink shield. I don't know how I got hit in the back with the javelin there while I got a shield on, but, you know, it is what it is. Those guys did pretty well, and if we've suffered losses, it's been like a few, 1 or 2. So far, so good. But look at this fucking vanguard. Looks like that scene from Troy, right? It's just a massive vanguard of shields. Look at all the throwing weapons. Oh, it's like a store. I can't help me. Now, what's this gal doing? Get up there. I've sent everybody up there. She won't go. What unit is that? It looks like it's the 6th. She is in the 6th. But she's not going anywhere. I guess this is just bugged. What a bummer, because we need every companion we can get for this series, and she's just... It looks like her feet are cemented to the ground. Well, I'm going to use her bait here. They won't be throwing a lot of javelins at me. I'm going to collect all that I can here, since she's going to stand there like a mannequin. Alright, loading up here. This is an absolute factory. I feel like I can throw like 10 and get 10 more right off the ground. The enemy's got some consternation about coming across. I don't blame them. Here they finally come. And now they're going to run into a hail of javelins again. I can keep loading up here. She's going to stand there like a dumb bitch. And look how nervous the enemy is to approach. They've had their ass kicked multiple times. They're throwing terrible javelins at this gal. It's almost like it's useful bait. She's gonna get killed though. She's just standing there like a dumb bitch. Unreal. Oh well. Yeah, they just killed her. Alright, we're gonna use this ridge here. I got a ridge to my right and a ridge to the left. Both of these ridges are going to work for a peekaboo ridge tactic here. The enemy's going to have to come over these ridges to attack us. Their archers can't do shit. Their archers are just down there helpless. They're all fucking anxious to get some shots off, and the only thing they're going to get is an occasional javelin right in the throat. Here, I got something for you, bitches. Our units are in pretty good shape. I see some javelins sticking out of guys' sides and whatnot. We've definitely taken... some javelins of our own, but we've whittled down the enemy by about a third so far without taking serious losses. Now we're also probably low on ammo. A lot of our archers are probably low on ammo. Skirmishers are definitely low on ammo. Now I'm just trying to configure to make sure everybody's on the same page here. And we wait. We wait for the enemy to become vulnerable. When they come around these ridges, what we're going to do is we're going to concentrated attack with infantry. We're going to hammer them with javelins, and I'm going to drag the 2nd and 8th Cav intermittently through their midst, knock them on the ground, cause damage, kill them, truck them all over the place, and then get out of dodge, right? Because the enemy's got a huge amount of troops still. They must have 500 or 50, maybe 600 troops still. It's not like we can just wade through them. And I just discovered something nasty. I don't have my pole arm. In my elation to pick up all of those fucking javelins, it looks like I've discarded my pole arm, which is going to make my horse action a little bit less easy to kill. I got to be a little bit more precise. Fuck, this is quite the storm here. They're coming up concentrated on both sides. Still, we didn't come here to fucking run. We're going to fight a little bit. Let's have these guys kite back just a little bit. A few more run through with our cav here. Oh shit, you got in my way, dude. I was going to leap right into their midst. Gonna keep wading through here, chop some more heads off, truck some guys to the ground. Alright, now let's get our units over this next ridge. We're just using successive ridges here because each time we have an advantage. We do material damage to them with ranged weapons. Fucking asshole. Kill that guy. And of course we're also doing lots and lots of charge damage as they maneuver. Each time our cav go in, we get like 6, 7, 8, 10 kills. God damn it, man. Just fucking drilling my companions this episode. Well, I can almost hear you guys. What do you mean this episode? Every episode. You're right. More javelins down here. I'm going to have to pick these up. Let's get these guys peeled around this corner where the enemy will have a hard time getting line of sight. No attacking. Let's bring this cav in here and just have him stand by. And I'm going to gather myself some javelins here. In long battles like this, I've learned that you got to reload when you can, man. And when the enemy's like trying to rally their troops on the other side like they clearly are right now, you want to gather every single, whether you're an archer or whatever it is, grab every single piece of ammo you can. And I don't mind if some of them come over the ridge here. We're certainly willing to skirmish with them on the ridge. I can fire some javelins up there. I see my other companions are still hammering them with javelins. Fuck. Took a shot right to the fucking head. Now I got a javelin sticking out of my hand, waving around in the air like a fucking cheerleader. Whoa. Apologies. I don't know quite what happened there. Got a little graphical error here. I'm just gonna try to do my best I can to narrate through this. I'm getting some strange graphical errors here. This is a very rare thing on our channel, but because I narrate these live, I'm gonna pick up some javelins here and peel our units back. Because I narrate these live, sometimes you just gotta go with it, right? I could reload this battle, but I'm just gonna kind of hope this clears up. I have a very strong system. I'm not really sure what's causing this. I apologize though. If you just want to fast forward a minute or two, if the video's still going, more than likely it's cleared up. But anyways, I'm peeling our companions back here. We got to get to this next ridge because the enemy's just coming over hot and heavy. I'm gonna grab myself a horse here and join them. Don't know if it's... Sorry, folks, had some graphical errors there. We're peeling back to the next ridge. Hopefully that doesn't ruin this episode. I film these and narrate these live, so I'm doing the best I can. But I had a bunch of weird graphic glitches. I don't know if my wife was watching too much midget porn or something, but I apologize for that, folks. We're going to try to continue on here. Peeling my units over the other side of this ridge here. The enemy came on hard again. My companions, get the fuck over here. I told them to come down here, and they're just staying within line of sight. Oh, motherfucker. I can see exactly what they're doing. You fucking assholes. They're trying to pick up arrows. While they're picking up arrows, they're getting shot in the back, shot in the neck. It's glancing blows, but they're just like me. They're like an arrow addict. They need as much ammo as they can. And so even though I've told them to get down here a while ago, they're like little kids at the candy store, and they're like, "Can I get this one, Mommy? How about this one?" You're like, "No." And they pick up something else, and you're like, "No, no, it's still no." And they just keep picking shit up. I just can't. Look at, there's one gal still up there. She just refuses to, she keeps picking up arrows. It's kind of endearing, actually. Like, part of me wants to high five her and be like, way to fucking be resourceful, right? Pick up every single arrow you can. All right, well, we're in a pretty dire situation now. The enemy's kind of got us hemmed in here. We don't have a lot of room to maneuver. I don't really have a great spot to retreat to after this. So we're going to try to work some angles on the enemy here. And then basically have an approach to them where they have to come over a ridge. Yeah, see, this ridge is too shallow. I'm going to have to move our troops towards our left. This skill I've learned over the course of many months of playing Bannerlord. You can basically scope out the landscape and say, okay, the enemy's going to have line of sight right there. Right, like way back in the day, I played first-person shooters all the time, and you know, if you didn't have good line of sight understanding, well, you got sniped in the back of the head, right? You got killed. Unfortunately, I never had to do that in the military. I never saw that kind of combat. And I credit those who do, but for us in video games, we're just trying to keep our heads down here. So the enemy, what I'm hoping is that the enemy kind of makes a mad dash rush over this ridge, and if they do, we're going to body slam them like this with our cav. We're going to rush up here and absolutely truck them. It's almost like they're listening to my plan here. Had they done that, we would have slaughtered them. We would have hammered them with cav, got in and got out, and that would have caused, like, you know, 10, 20, 30 casualties again. What I want is them to be moving before we make our assault. And here they come. All right, let's open fire here. Let's get our archers shooting. They don't really have a good angle. And the enemy seems very hesitant to move into line of sight. I mean, can you blame them, right? We've been giving them an ass whipping now for 20 minutes. All right, let's take the initiative here. This is technically bad. The enemy's going to have some line of sight on us initially here. But I think in order to speed this episode up, even if it decreases our odds of winning this, we will move our archers very quickly into line of sight. rush them with our skirmishers, attack with our infantry, and then do a drive-by assault with our cav in what's probably going to be the final clash in this episode. I'm going to drag this 4th Corps to the right here. We're going to bring these guys right into line of sight of this wing of the enemy. And cav, or skirmishers and infantry move up. And as the enemy is sort of getting pounded, now they're getting pounded with arrows, so are we though. In we go here. A lot of the enemy at this stage is archers. Although, actually, I see a lot of infantry, too. The enemy just has a lot of troops. That's what they have. They just have a massive amount of troops. Archers are probably low on ammo. Let's send the skirmishers, send the infantry, and it's just every man for himself now. And unfortunately, this is where I wish I had my pole on. Instead, I've got to wade in with my axe. It's a lot more dangerous. I'm going to suffer a lot more direct hits because I'm closer to the enemy here. And, of course, I don't have quite the dexterity and reach of the polearm. Yeah, I just took a nasty shot to the face. Our infantry is getting devoured. They just can't handle, 200 guys on their own. And the enemy actually has a fuckload of troops still. Let's send the archers in. They can charge. Well, at this stage, it's every man for himself, and just do nothing but charging and roll around, right? Keep moving. Don't move in a straight line. And every time there's a guy in front of you, fucking cut a head off. It's going to take a miracle at this stage, though, for us to win this. I've got like 4 companions left. They're getting mowed down. They're fighting valiantly, though. I hear them killing people. Weth. Yeah. All right, we got one or two companions left, but unfortunately, today the companions of blood were not successful. I'm gonna shoot a few guys here in the feet before this episode is over. Look at how many arrows are coming. This is the gal that was picking up all those arrows. Now we have lost the battle. This is going to happen from time to time. I know sometimes guys say they like to see when we lose, when we fail. I guess it makes them, reminds them that even experienced players like me, we lose plenty. I don't always show you all my losses. I can assure you we lose plenty. We're obviously, like in our campaign, we don't lose much because we can't lose, right? If we lose in our campaign, it's pretty much game over. So we don't lose like every other battle, but like everybody else, right? We fail. And look at the strength of these troops, right? There's all kinds of tier 4 and tier 5 in here. Fucking Consguards. This was just a little bit too much for our companions in blood to handle today. But we will soldier on. This series has been a lot of fun for me. These episodes are pretty quick. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these little quickies, right? You guys are young. All you guys enjoy a quickie, right? All right. So anyways, let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I will see you friends next time.